What's up, everybody, man? Welcome to an August love story. I'm the host, Tommy T, with my wife, my beautiful wife, the hostess with the mostest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Artieka
in the building. Hey.
Okay. We have special guest appearance.
Special guest.
The kid.
Yeah.
She may or may not be quiet, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see her in all of her animated glory.
Right. Exactly. But anyway, this episode, man, is pretty near and dear to us.
I don't know about how dear, but it's near.
I've discovered the cheat code.
You don't?
By saying please and thank you.
Yeah.
Seems so simple. But but pretty much what we're talking about this episode is actually saying please and thank you and treating your spouse like a human being and not forgetting that they are human and
they have feelings.
And things because those things do get put by the wayside sometimes.
Absolutely.
Abso-freaking-lutely. But anyway, so recently, me and my wife, Artieka.
That would be me.
Yes. Recently, we were talking and I asked her to do something. I don't really remember what it was, but I asked her to do something for me.
You asked me to bring you something.
Yeah, I said bring me something, and I didn't say please, nor did I.
And you said it very aggressively as well.
Right, and I was trying to be as nice as possible, but she told me that saying please would make everything better, or most things better. So I was like, oh, so that's the cheat code there. It's to say please. Oh, okay, I got it. But as we talked about it some more, I really discovered that I don't say please and thank you. And the reason why is because I didn't feel like it was a need or, it's not even reciprocated.
The interesting thing is that when we first started dating and when we first got married, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, you said please and thank you all the time back then.
Oh, yeah?
Literally all the time. Would you grab me some water, please? Thank you for cooking dinner. And you just kind of stopped.
And I feel like those are the things of just getting a familiarity with each other from just spending time with each other and being around each other for so long. And you kind of forget those things, those little small things. And those one of the small things that is most likely sometimes forgotten or, you just overlook it.
Or you look at that person like an extension of yourself. So you wouldn't say please or thank you to yourself.
Yeah, true.
But I also look at it like, you know what it feels like when people don't say please and thank you to you. So that's why you should reciprocate it to your spouse or the people closest to you, because you know what it feels like for someone to not say please and thank you. You know what it's like, even taking something like being out in public and someone brushes up against you. You want to be like, well, excuse you, to that person when they brush up against you. And so it's like, hey, just say, excuse me, or just say please, or say thank you. Pleasantries take you so far. And I don't think it's because I'm Southern, but it could be.
It could be. It could
very well be. But I met some very, very, very nice people in New York who were the most anti-Southern people, obviously.
Right.
But they said please and thank you with everything. So for that, I'm just like, hey, holding the door, saying thank you, saying, would you please do something, that goes so far. And obviously Lily is over this conversation.
No, I feel you, man. It's for me, it's one of those things that I really don't think about in the moment, and I think it's huge of us to actually talk about it and actually think of things to that's really what we're not doing, and then just trying to improve on that thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
And to piggyback off of that, something that actually happened, not to just like throw everybody in our business, but obviously that happens because we have a podcast.
Obviously.
Last night's conversation that you and I had, like outside of just the please and thank yous aspect of it, was just like, hey, let me tell you how I feel about things, and making sure that you understand when I'm hurt or when I don't like something.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what the please and thank you is, in my opinion. It's like, it's the courtesy behind it.
Yeah.
It's like, let me explain something about myself to you so that you can treat me the way that I would want to be treated.
No, I got you on that. And yeah, like the conversation yesterday was pretty good because it did give a better understanding of both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the please and thank you conversation that we had, it gave me a better understanding of what I was doing wrong. You know how?
I mean, both of us. Like, it's not to say that one of us was right or one of us was wrong, because I feel like we both were wrong and we both were right.
Yeah.
It was just, let's figure out how I can help you, like, foster the environment that you need, and vice versa. We had some in-home, unassisted couples counseling.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, like, that's the whole point, man. It's just really just to get better at have the better conversation about what's bothering us, about what's not getting done, or what's getting done. Like, actually, when we talked about it and said we was going to talk about this topic, I started to think about like the things I did in the beginning versus what I'm doing now, and it's a accountability thing for me. You know, I'm very comfortable with you because we've been together 6 years now.
Yeah.
And
I say, yeah, like whatever.
right, whatever. But you know, we've been together 6 years, and of course things have changed, and we've gotten into a small routine of certain things, and it's, you know, you gotta be conscious of that, and when it happens, you have to actually, with purpose, change it. You know, intentionally change it, and it has to be pointed out, because if it's never pointed out, then you'll never know what's going on. So, I had a few questions that I wanted to ask you about this. In a granular fashion, I wanted to know, what about not saying please and thank you is actually wrong?
I won't say that it's wrong.
I want to say more so, I guess you can say more so, not demeaning, but not treating you like a human.
I think that it's, which I hate to use the word because we know like common sense isn't that common, but it's common courtesy.
I told somebody that and they looked at me like I was crazy.
Because they didn't have common sense.
I was like, common sense is not common.
They probably didn't have common sense. But like common courtesy, it's what you're taught. It's like back in the day, Barney was like, please and thank you are the magic words. Like they get you what you want. Like when little kids say, can I have some?
You always be like,
say please.
Say please.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
give it to them, say thank you.
Yeah, it's like, tell me thank you because I offered you or I gave you something that I didn't have to give you. Say please because you want something that I don't have to give you. Now, we look at it like, okay, you don't have to do this. And in marriage, we look at it like, but you kind of do. But in reality, you don't.
Yeah.
Like when you go into like making someone dinner, yeah, the expectation is that you're going to make dinner. But do I have to?
I'm just saying, if the expectation is there, why would you say please? If you expect somebody, because the thing about it, you expect me to go to work,
right?
So if you don't say thank you for paying the bills,
thank you for paying the rent.
Oh my goodness! but you see what I'm saying? It's an expectation of me to do those things. So if that's the expectation, why are you saying please for it? And I don't feel like you're not treating me like a human for not saying please or not saying thank you, but it's just, I don't expect a please or a thank you because those are things I'm gonna do anyway.
Right. But I guess the expectation is just like I said, it's like, yeah, I could say that this is what you're expected to do, but I should still be able to appreciate it.
Yeah.
So that's where the please and the thank you comes in.
It's just, just from the appreciation standpoint.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I appreciate you doing this for me or for us. Like, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And that can go a very long way.
No, I got you. I got you on that.
Like, I think when we got married, you said, thank you for going to the
mini golfing.
Yeah, thank you for going mini golfing with me. And it's like, I didn't have to do that, but thank you for appreciating me all these years later. Because that was 3 years later.
Right. But it's crazy because I already, like, in my thoughts of it is I already show you that I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? By treating you well, by saying I appreciate you, by telling you I love you and stuff like that. Those are appreciation things for me. Because it's like, for me, I don't expect a thank you or a please or any of those things. Just whatever you want, just ask me for it. You know what I'm saying?
I like $1 million.
I'm hey,
working on it.
I'm working on it. I ain't lying to you. But that's I guess an understanding of how you're shown the appreciation, because
and it's almost kind of like love languages, like understanding what the person in your life needs, because some people don't need or want the thank you or the please.
Yeah.
But it's nice to offer it as a gesture, because when has anyone ever got offended because you said, would you please pass me that?
Baby, pass me the hookah.
He didn't say please, though.
He didn't say please. You're absolutely right. He did not say please. That's a silly question, but I was going to say, why is that gesture of appreciation, why is that important in the relationship or in the marriage?
Because it just brings an element of that you're like a decent person.
What makes
like, just be decent. Jeez.
And I'm just asking that just because it's like, I understand where you're coming from and wanting to be appreciated and just wanting to hear please, just being just being a model person. Right.
It's kind of like the other day when I told you that I finally, and it's not that I don't do things correct at work, but like someone sent me a message at work and was like, kudos to you, because you, like, this was so clean and it was so perfect. I didn't care if it was right or wrong, which it was right. But it was like, I didn't care if it was right or if it was wrong. It just looked nice. And it's like, yeah, I could continue going on with my job every day because I get graded. I get graded after like every call that I take or like situation that I deal with at work.
Yeah.
But when someone just goes the extra mile and it's just like, let me send you a message to say, hey, thank you for doing this right. Not that you don't do everything else right, but thank you for doing this one right. It goes further than someone just only showing you what you did wrong.
Yeah.
So the please and the thank you is like, hey, or the other like common courtesies is like, hey, you're doing this right. So let me acknowledge that it's right by saying thank you.
Yeah.
Now, please is just like, don't just bark orders at me.
Right.
I am not a servant.
Yeah.
So like, and even servants I won't say servants, but even people in the service industry gets told please and thank you. Like when we go to a restaurant, I'd be like, could you please bring me some more napkins?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't just say, hey, bring me some napkins. Like that's rude. So you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's rude to just forcefully throw out a demand.
Yeah.
But like, please softens it. It's still a demand. but it softens it.
Yeah.
It makes it seem like, hey, there's an option to do it.
You're still getting hit by a Mack truck, but
I saw it coming.
Right.
As opposed to it caught me off guard.
Right.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, I got you. That's crazy. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't say please and thank you in the beginning, but
you did say it in the beginning.
I mean,
you
like I stopped. But so from this discussion, what is it that we figure out? You know, what is it that we resolve in our discussion of the cheat code of please and thank you?
Follow the cheat code.
Use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the G code.
No, stop it. Stop it.
I'm sorry, I was going to start quoting Juvenile, but he's not my artist for today.
No. No, but because like it really was an eye opener to me because I didn't know it bothered you because it's not reciprocated.
I do say thank you.
I don't never pay it no attention, I don't guess.
So that doesn't make it not reciprocated. That just means you're not paying attention. Those are two totally different things.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make an argument with it, but I can't.
Well, don't.
That sucks.
Just be like, hey, my wife had a point.
My wife had a point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, folks.
See? Yeah, right. We're showing our appreciation for each other because I definitely appreciate you, man. A lot of stuff that I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for you. So, to answer that, the cheat code, fellas, is please and thank you. Just appreciate your wife. For wives.
Your woman, your lady.
For wives, appreciate your husband, your man, your guy. You know.
He's trying to find something for woman and lady.
Right. Just understanding where the treatment of just making that person human, because you know how you can get so tied up with life and schedules and everything else. Just saying those two simple words or just being polite with each other can take you a long way with what's going on.
Don't forget to be a nice person.
Right.
How about that?
I think I'm definitely a nice person. I just don't say please and thank you to you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Go ahead.
So, last week, we had our first listener letter. I think that's what we decided we were going to call this segment. We still working it out, guys.
Yeah, it's work in progress.
We're under construction.
Maybe next week it'll be something else.
Perhaps. So, I want you to give me a...
You want a drum roll?
No. I would like a name, because this was an anonymous letter.
Susie. I've been singing the Gucci Mane song in my head. I don't know.
He stashed her in her Benz, and he stashed her in his something.
Don't worry
stashed her in her tire. Susie is a money maker. Let that be a liar.
I don't know.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay. Bars.
Yep, I got it. So the question from Susie is, what is a fiance's responsibilities? I've heard of a wife's responsibilities, but never what a fiance is responsible for. And then she had a second part that said, what is the man's responsibility in that relationship with a fiance? So two people, not yet married. And she wants to know what the responsibility is of the intendeds.
Okay. Oh, so the fiance is the woman, and then the man is the man.
That's how she worded it.
Okay.
But I would call them both fiancés. I think one has two E's and the other one. I think like in language.
Are you serious?
I believe, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look this up because it's going to like sit there on my mind now that I've said this out loud.
Right. But
I think they're both fiancés. I just think one is a CEE and the other one is just CE.
I thought they was both of them was the E with the little dash on top of it.
Yeah, I think it's two E's and they both have the dashes.
The two E's? I think you're making that up.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Question. First part. What is the female fiance's responsibilities? What do you have? What did you think that I was supposed to do for you when we were engaged?
Nothing. No, like when we were engaged, see, it's different for us just because, like, I felt like we wasn't married, but when it didn't change anything. Nothing changed. But the reality that we were about to get married, like when we started going through the counseling and stuff, that made it real.
Okay.
You know, when we decided to stop having sex, that made it real. You know, okay, so that was the only changes that we had during the fiance part. But really, it's like if. The way I thought about it was we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then we're still growing to become husband and wife. It's like I ain't gonna say a trial period, but kind of like a toddler stage. When you think about it, from a baby to a toddler to a child.
So dating is like infancy.
Yeah.
And then toddler is
engagement.
Dating.
No, engagement. You just said that.
I'm sorry. I was trying to put it together.
Dating and then dating again.
I mean, like dating and seriously dating.
Right.
Exclusive. That's the word I was looking for. I'm just
talking to you.
That's the word I was looking for. Exclusively dating.
Yeah, like
So then toddler, that's what you're saying is the engagement.
Yeah.
So what makes you an adult?
I don't know, when you retire from your job, I guess. I don't
know. I'm trying to use your analogy here.
Like, you gonna went way too far for me.
Anywho.
Really back in.
Okay.
Really back in.
All right.
No, but like when we were engaged, man, I really didn't think much of it. Like I like the things that we had been doing. Mm-hmm. I felt like that was a great foundation. We continue to be friends. We continue to do things as we were in a relationship. I don't think anything changes except like we live together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
But what if you didn't?
If we didn't live together, then of course things start to change. Then, you know, we focus more so on the combining of two than just one person here, one person there. Like you start to gradually get into the idea that, hey, we're going to become one. Like the everybody in the household is going to have the same last name. We're going to move into the house with each other and everything like that. So those things are the things that you start preparing for. But for us, in my eyes, it was more so of, okay, this is, you know, we're about to get married. So her name changes. And it becomes my name, and we become one entity, one group, one family. We become family for real.
Okay.
At that point, so it's like.
So you don't have any difference in expectations from dating to engagement.
No, like the only expectation I had was that you continue to grow on the foundation that we had. Okay. Like for us to be able to work out the kinks. Okay. You know, because even when we got married, like things wasn't perfect. Like the day before we got married, it was like I was scared for my life. You know, not literally, but
not that bad.
But it was like, man, you was mad at me, and I was like, all right, like we finna get married though. You know what I'm saying? But
I rolled my eyes for everybody that can see. It was a heavy.
But it was like not much change, you know. It's just still continuing to grow, continuing to learn, continuing to understand where each other stand and learn each other. Mm-hmm. Even now, man, even being married for 3 years, I'm still learning, you know, still paying attention to the things that you tell me, paying attention to you, paying attention to how you respond to things. I think those were the responsibilities my responsibility or the expectations from me to you when we were engaged was to continue to do those things and get better at it.
So that's an expectation. That you get better.
Yeah.
Now her question was responsibility, but I'm just pinpointing the expectation is that you get better.
What about you?
So I guess I think of it as you're in the trial run to be my spouse, right? So I'm not saying that you get to have all the benefits of being my spouse, but you should be treating me like you want me to be your spouse. Because in dating, it's kind of like, oh, we cool, everything's good. But when you get engaged, it's like your mindset switches like, hey, this is going to be my husband. So I need to start, I won't necessarily change, I won't say changing what I do, but being more intentional with what I do. Like I have to think of you now because I didn't have to think of you as your girlfriend.
Yeah. You remember the time I got mad at you because you was like, I didn't think about eating. But I was flaming.
That time,
I was flaming hot Cheeto at you.
That time, like you got mad at me more than once.
No, but it was one specific.
You got mad at me about that since we've had Lily.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. You've been like, you not eating? What?
No, it was because anyway. I didn't get mad at you because of like I was flaming hot because I was like, how you don't think you here all day and you just didn't think to eat and then didn't think I would be hungry.
But if I'm like, I wasn't hungry, you like, but I was. Like,
right.
Because I wasn't even thinking about myself.
You obviously know I was hungry. But anyway.
So that's one of your expectations.
What?
To put you, I won't say first, but think about you as a person.
Yeah.
Like, and the things that come along with it. So anticipate your needs.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, it's like
see how to pull this stuff out of you?
No, it's like, when we have guests or whatnot and I'm get up to fix me breakfast, the first thing I do is say, hey, do you guys want something to eat? Do you want breakfast? Or even now, when I get up to fix me something to eat, I just automatically go and fix you something to eat because my thinking is there's no way that I'm hungry and this person is not hungry too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we can be in agreement that anticipating the other person's needs is a responsibility of a fiance.
Yeah, I feel like that's just being the responsibility of being in a relationship.
Okay.
Period. Like that shouldn't ever change. Like you should be anticipating what's going on.
Lily wants to make an announcement, but we're not ready for that part yet.
Right. You should anticipate what your partner, your spouse, your fiance, your boyfriend, your girlfriend is wanting because that's what you do when you give gifts. Like when you give birthday gifts or do birthday celebrations, Christmas gifts, any anniversary gifts, you are anticipating that this is what they want.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
So
I guess we would both say that the responsibilities will be the same for each person.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it doesn't really change a lot from dating, but you should at least intentionally be treating this person like they are your future spouse.
Right.
Include you in decision making and things of that nature.
Right. Okay. Like you should stop looking at the whole situation as we're two individuals and start wrapping your head around we're about to get married. We're about to become one. We're about
stuck with me for life.
Right. We're doing this for life. So prepare yourself for life situations.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think on that question. What was the second part?
It was just the man's responsibilities. The first question was the woman's. And then the other side was the man's.
Oh, okay.
So if they were actually different.
Yeah, I don't think anything changes from being married, except for last night. Like for us, it didn't change just because we stayed together already. That's the biggest change from dating to marriage is other than the obvious, you know.
Did she paper?
Right. You get a license and you know, I
can't just break up with you.
Right.
I have to go
you gotta
legally.
you gotta go through some steps. But you know, it's just, you know, like getting married makes it where you can, like, it doesn't feel weird to be having sex or even talking about it, you know, because that's your wife. You're expected to, these are things I expect you to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or at least expect you to be doing. Yeah. Like my whole thing is, man, I tell everybody, man, don't drink after nobody that's married. Like they have a license.
I remember you having that conversation with my aunt.
Right. Don't drink after me. You don't know what I've been doing. I have a license that says I can do whatever it is that she is willing to do.
And I was like, this is so inappropriate. Very inappropriate. But that's one of my inappropriate aunts.
Man, I think okay. I think that's one of the most truthful things. So advice for everybody, do not drink after married people because you don't know where their mouth is.
That sounds so disgusting.
Am I lying? Where's the lie?
Yep.
Exactly.
Anywho, so I hope that answers your question. What did we say her name was?
Susie.
Susie, I hope that answers your question. That the responsibilities don't really change. You just have a shift in mindset.
Yes. That sounds so good. Shift in mindset.
Thank you, Lily, for big up in your mama too.
I never would have said anything like that.
Well, you know that's what you
shift in mindset. But anyway, guys, so what's our quote for the episode?
So I was listening to the Speaker Geeker podcast.
Speaker Geeker, shout out to Steve, bro.
And y'all are talking about, y'all mentioned Mace. Yeah. Even though y'all weren't talking about Mace.
No, we definitely wouldn't.
So it made me want to go listen to Mace.
Yeah.
So I found the song with Total. And Mace said, now Mace be the man, want to see you doing good. I don't want to get rich, leave you in the hood. Girl, in my eyes, you the baddest. The reason why I love you, you don't like me because my status. So we should listen to Mace. Pastor Mace.
Pastor Mace.
I don't think he...
Pastor.
I don't think he pastoring anymore because I met Mace a few years ago and he was still very pastoral.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
At least he, what's that other pastor's name? At least he's not Pastor, what's his name? Williams or Wilson?
Oh.
Whoa.
Facebook famous pastor.
Whoa.
Had his head up in between somebody.
Whoa.
I was like, good grief, sir.
Goodness, man.
And y'all stop sharing this name. That is inappropriate. That ain't his wife.
Ooh. Anyway. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for listening to An August Love Story. This episode was produced by 3 Amp Media. I want you guys to follow us on Instagram at August Love Story. On Facebook, August Love Story. You can follow me, Tommy D. Townsend 3rd on Instagram and Tommy Townsend on Facebook. I want you guys to like, share, comment, send us your letters. My bad. Send us your letters. Email us, August Love Story. Is it August Love Story? Yeah, augustlovestory@gmail.com. Yeah, what else you got?
That's it.
Yeah, is that everything? Did I cover it all?
I think you covered it all. So this week we're going to skip doing the after show.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to start that back up next week.
Right.
We had to skip it this week. It's the holiday.
Yeah.
People are traveling. You're with your family.
Right.
Trying to buy your 17th 50-inch.
Right.
TV.
That's so funny, man.
Because every year you need one.
Every year.
But yeah, so we will be back next week with a new episode as well as the after show.
Exactly.
That's the plan.
That is the plan. And yeah.
Lily, do you have anything that you'd like to say? No? Okay. So Lily doesn't have anything to say either.
All right.
I took her pacifier out to let her have free reign in the conversation, and she's just looking. So she doesn't have anything else either. So thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys. I was like, okay, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Shoot.
I'm done. I'm not hosting anymore. I am interview, not host.
Do your thing. Well, thank you guys for listening, man. And I'm out.
Bye, y'all.
Peace. Thank you.